Hi, everybody. This is your announcement for Philosophy 101 for the week of April 20th. So we are steaming right along, and I looked over your discussion on justice that you just completed. I hope you enjoyed the film, At the River I Stand. And I have to say, I was pretty pleased with the discussion that I saw. I saw people really kind of digging into the two views of justice that were presented in the Republic and then applying that to the situation documented in the film. And interesting, the answers to the third question in the discussion on, which view of justice do you see as more prevalent in society. And usually it goes like one way or the other, but there was kind of a variety of viewpoints, which was nice to see. And I kind of, I guess for me, the ideal, I guess, is the Socrates view of, justice is not harming another. But then, kind of the cynical side of me sees the view that Thrasymachus puts forward, where the powerful seem to gain in society at the expense of the weak. And I think that's always interesting and sometimes a little discouraging. But I try not to lose hope. Okay, so I try to be positive. Okay, anyway, good job on that discussion. Okay, so we continue. We are moving on to Module 5, which asks a different question. The question that we ask in Module 5 is, what is the nature of existence? So, and this is kind of the classic, what is the meaning of life question. And I think it's a good one, and I hope you enjoy this, because I think this is a really fundamental question that's asked in philosophy. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. So here we are in Module 5, what is the meaning of existence? So your overview and objectives page, make sure you look at that so that you get a picture of what's happening in this module. And this is kind of a neat picture of the author you're going to be reading, and that's Jean-Paul Sartre. And this is actually a really interesting picture because this is Sartre. He was French, and next to him is seated here is Simone de Beauvoir, who was his companion for a very long time. They had a very deep and intimate relationship, but they were never married, never had children. And then they are talking to, this is Che Guevara. And I don't know if you're familiar with Latin American history, but he was very key in the Cuban Revolution in the 1950s. So Sartre and de Beauvoir were a bit of revolutionaries politically. But I guess one thing that's neat about Sartre is we move forward about, 1,500 years from Plato, because Sartre wrote in the 20th century, mainly in the 1940s and 50s. He died in 1980. So anyway, this gives you the overview for the whole module. Now let me go to the next page here, and let's go over our learning activities and assessments. And here's kind of a close-up of Jean-Paul Sartre. So our module objectives are, 1, to identify the thesis and supporting arguments in theories of existentialism, that's the philosophy that we're going to be studying, and existence in a self-check quiz. 2, discuss and evaluate the thesis and supporting arguments in theories of existentialism and existence in a class discussion. And 3, reflect on theories of existentialism and existence on one's own life in a journal. Okay, and actually, yes, I can't, actually, you're not doing the journal if I can recall. Let me see here. Sorry, a little bit of confusion here. Let me just double check our modules. I believe, let's see, module 5. Yeah, okay, so we no longer do the journal. I have to update that page for you. It's just the quiz and the discussion. Okay, now we're straight on that. I will fix that so you're not confused. All right, so your learning activities. I have two videos. Okay, I have two sort of mini lectures for you. So please, please watch my lectures here because they will help you to understand the reading that you're going to do, which is by Jean-Paul Sartre. Okay, and this is another challenging reading. So make sure that you watch my videos so that you can better understand what's going on in this reading. And then the main focus of our module is this. This is an essay that Jean-Paul Sartre wrote titled Existentialism is a Humanism. Okay, and so you're going to read, and I tell you which line to start at. When Descartes said, conquer yourself rather than the world, what he meant was at bottom the same, that we should act without hope. Okay, so that's where you're going to start. So let me just, oh shoot, sorry, that's me. Okay, that's what the video looks like. I wanted to click on the text. So here is the text. Okay, so there it is. So you have to find that line. And I wish there was a way that I could mark it for you. But make sure that you do this reading. And like I said, make sure that you watch my commentary to go along with it. Okay, you have a self-check quiz. You have a discussion. There's no journal. All right, going on. Okay, here is your self-check quiz. So you know what to do there. That's due on April 22nd. And then here is your discussion. Okay, so here are the questions. Make sure that you do everything you're supposed to, okay? Post on time and post 2 replies to classmates. Okay, so your questions are, 1, what does it mean to be free? According to Jean-Paul Sartre's Existentialism is a Humanism. Give 1 concrete example from the text to support your response. So in the text, Sartre talks about freedom and what that means. So that's what I want you to kind of focus in on. Okay, then number 2, what do you think? Does the freedom that Sartre discusses in his essay necessarily result in a sense of responsibility in humans? Give 1 concrete example from something you have observed in life to support your response. All right, so this is why watching both of my little videos and reading the text is going to be very critical to answering these questions, because Sartre talks about freedom in a way that is different than maybe you're accustomed to. Okay, so he talks about freedom and the fact that being free means that you have certain responsibilities that go along with that, having that freedom. Okay, so those are the questions. They're kind of heavy. Okay, but if you do the reading and you watch my commentaries, you should be fine. Okay, and so your discussion is due April 26th. Okay, so that's what we're doing for this week. So a question for you, since we're talking about existence, I'd like you to put your comments in the comments below this announcement. Here's your question. What have you learned about your own existence in this pandemic? Okay, so just doesn't have to be long. Just tell me something you've learned about your own existence. Have you been thinking about your own existence through this situation where we've been faced with a virus which is life-threatening, which threatens our existence? Okay, so what do you think about that? Have you learned anything from that? Okay, so that's just a little, it's supposed to be fun, but it's a kind of a heavy question too, but just something to think about and talk to me about. All right, and also I'm going to give you a little treat. I'm attaching a link to a music video from last night's One World Together concert. It's a hopeful message, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, everyone, that's it. I'm going to stop there. Have a good week. Contact me if you have any troubles or if the reading is like you don't know what's going on. Okay, contact me and I can help you. All right. Oh, one announcement. I will be, for office hours on Fridays, that's going to be by appointment only from here on. So just so you know. Okay, have a good week. I'll see you next time. Bye.